the shift, this pivot, it requires standards. It requires accountability. It requires effort and work and some sort of sizable shift or change to get moving in a different direction, right? And in business, let's talk about now. You were at your, I think it was Northwestern, maybe, and you're just starting out of college. And then let's talk about from Northwestern to where you are today. I want to focus on what you're currently doing today, but I want to know the hard right there. I want to know the cycle that Mike Darrow had to go through. That was, you had to pivot in business because you struggled. Maybe you failed horribly, right?
Well, yeah, I wasn't doing things I needed to do in the beginning. You know, they tell you need to do this, this, and this, and you know they have the scripts, and I thought the scripts were terrible. Like,
yeah, hey, these don't sound like me. I'm definitely not. Yeah,
you
no
know,
one said that.
I'm not
out there.
falling out of my chair. You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy that aspect of it, but I didn't basically do what was really me, but take what they were telling me. I mean, ultimately what they were telling me is you got to be active. You have to have the activity. If you don't have the activity, you're never going to do it. And so that was the difference that I didn't catch at that point.
Yeah. So you're starting out and you're like, that doesn't sound like me.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Did you have success? Yes or no?
No, I didn't have success because I wasn't doing the activity still.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what they pushed. And so after a while, it's like, okay, I've got to do this, but I have to tailor it to me.
Yeah.
And I've learned, for me, I don't like high pressure sales whatsoever, and I'm not going to do that.
That's not your thing.
Nope. And I'm not going to do that because I can't do it. I think most of the time the client will understand, like, oh, wait, he's really pushing this.
Yeah.
And it's not a good place to be. I mean, you need to educate. You need to come across and do
Provide
what's in their
value.
what's in their best interest too.
Yeah.
So that was the key. And with working with one company, I did not enjoy that because you had to do whatever they did, and if they didn't do it well, too bad.
Yeah.
So it took me a few times before going. I went from Northwestern to a couple other career agent type businesses, other companies, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so I, kind of pivoted from that and really got lucky.
Yeah.
On hey, one of my clients, a friend of ours actually, but he called and said, you do this for me. Would you want to do this for our association, for the dentists? I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So he said, hey, we've got a couple agents that we've talked to, but we want you to look into it too.
Yeah.
And so I said 100%. We put a proposal together.
Sure.
And we did it. I mean, I should say I did it because I say we a lot because I mean, there is a we still, but it's, it was me at the beginning and just going into it really blind. I'm like, okay, well, I've met with a few dentists and I know what they're doing. So here we go.
Yeah.
Now I'm the expert and let's go.
That's crazy. So I'm going to go back. There's two things that I want to punch you for one of them, but
Right.
The other is I hope that people are listening, hearing, hey, Mike came into this career system, right? And they were pushing things on him and they know what is going to help you, maybe
Right.
quick start or whatever. But Mike chose, because whether it felt uncomfortable or you knew better or whatever the case was, that doesn't sound like me. I'm not going to do that. And he didn't have success.
Right.
And it wasn't until you said, hey, I get what they're trying to do.
They weren't wrong.
They weren't wrong,
Right.
right? And then at some point, there was a shift for you that you said, hey, I'm going to make this more like me. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to do the activity. I'm not
Right.
going to poo-poo the activity, but I'm going to do it how I need to do it, how it sounds like me. And you tailored that to yourself. Is that right?
It is. And I was doing life, disability, and health at that point and doing some investments and really didn't get into that market a ton. I mean, it was part of what we did, but that's it.
Yeah.
And now, during that time, we started doing retirement plans as well, especially at the beginning of the formation of our agency.